Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. What's going on, freaks? Huh? Oh, I was just trying to look at that Chloe. You can barely see Chloe's head there. Look at that. Well, that looks like she's totally camouflaged in there. Can you see that? Hey, how's it going? Oh, there, she moved her head. Yeah, they were all sitting back in that back chair, so I kind of just moved the camera around. I don't know what was going to happen. Oh, look, this is my, the guy made a sample visor. Look at that. It's got the magnifying glass, GHI, and the, but it's more like a, it's not embroidered, I guess. It's too hard. Yeah, I don't know who sent those, 8675309. Somebody sent them, and we don't know who sent them. It wasn't you, was it? The heck? Well, looks like he's wandering back to his bed. Hey, thanks, Kami. Yeah, it's I'm gonna make another video tomorrow, but I wanted people to be able to see that first and then do it. I already played the GHI bumper. What do you mean? I don't get it. What are you talking? I don't even know what you're talking about. You mean your music? Yeah, it's funny how they generally do kind of go to their own colors. I don't know. You know, every once in a while you see them both in the same one, but... Hey, what do you guys think of... okay, so you know the Fotos Doulos trial? Or not Fotos Doulos, but Michelle Traconi, or whatever the hell her name is. In the Jennifer Doulos case where she's still missing and Fotos Doulos killed himself, or unalived himself, as some would say. Yeah. Not sure what he's doing. Hey, yeah, well, the thing is, the trial starts on Thursday. It's really going to be the only trial related. Well, there's another guy too, so I think, right? I mean, there's another guy that got arrested because he was conspiring with Fotos Doulos to kill each other's wives, apparently. But the trial starts Thursday. But I got permission from Law and Crime to stream it the following day. God, look at Chloe going nuts. So I can stream, like I have to be a day behind. It's a pool camera, but you have to be in, you have to be there all the way over in, you know, Connecticut or whatever, where the case is. Like, you got to be all the way over there. And so I don't really have... Do you guys interested in watching that during the daytime? God, she's going crazy. Oh, my wife must be home for them to move around that much. See, that's why I want Chloe to play with your crazy dog. 8675309. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Oh, God. She's all over the place. Did you see that? Oh, my God. Oh, I'm just watching. Let's see. Oh, here's Scott's music. He wanted me to play this in there. GHI. Yeah, that one time, yeah, it did look like that. She just jumped right over. Oh, there you go, there you go. Yeah, the mega pints. Is that what you're talking about? The bumper? Yeah, so if you guys are interested in watching that, it's going to be like a day behind, which I guess could be kind of cool. I didn't see you resend anything, Scott. That's the one. That's the latest one that I've got. When did you resend it? Today? Okay, well, I'm not. I mean, you didn't even tell me you sent it. You just said, play the bumper. Like, what? Let me see. I'll put it in there. Guess we'll all hear it for the first time. Oh, that just says my name. GHI. That's it? That's all it was? Yeah. You can, I think most people don't even know what that says. I can tell it says GHI though. Ah, good. That guy should get that fine. I give him 40 years in prison for doing that. Or life. You know, that's just so stupid. Alright, I'm going to switch over to... Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, like, I was trying to think of how to start this thing. I guess what we could do is go back in time first. Alright, so check it out. We're going to do, this is about regarding the Colonial Parkway Murders. They made an arrest, I think, regarding 3 of the victims. I don't want to hear it, Patty, because somebody's just inventing something. You know how it goes. Yeah, sort of. I feel like I went over some of these a long time ago, but we'll just go over this one again. I don't know. I just kind of remember doing Colonial Parkway, but I don't remember. It seems like a long time ago. So anyways, police search for a missing pair. Isle of Wight. Police are searching for a 20-year-old man and a 14-year-old girl from the peninsula who apparently disappeared from the Ragged Island game preserve. That's pretty interesting. At the southern end of James River Bridge early Sunday. So apparently disappeared from the Ragged Island game preserve at the southern end of the James River Bridge. Well, let's see where that is. James River Bridge. Okay, in the southern end, so over here. Disappeared from that. Missing are David Knobling of the first block of Sanium Lake Drive, Hampton, and Robin M. Edwards of 1600 block of Willow Drive. Willard said he found a pickup truck belonging to Knobling on Monday morning just after midnight with the keys in the ignition, the radio playing, and items of clothing on the seat along with Knobling's wallet. Bonnie Edwards, the girl's mother, entered a missing person report Monday with the Newport News Police Department. Willard said officers searched the brush and marsh late Thursday for any sign of the pair but found nothing. Willard said there is nothing to point to foul play in the disappearance, but said the circumstances are suspicious. Something's just not right. Yeah, I mean, in that case, there is. The deputy noted there are deep ravines leading to strong tidal water along a path through the nature preserve that could be dangerous at night. Bonnie Edwards told Willard she last saw her daughter about 11:30 p.m. Saturday when she was returning from a movie date with Knobling. It's kind of weird, right? I mean, Knobling's 20 and she's 14. No, that's a cousin, though. Movie date with Knobling's cousin. Okay, never mind. Hey, thanks, wise child. About 5:30 a.m. Sunday, the girl's father found the front door open and Robin was missing. Willard said the family reported that the girl has a history of running away from the home. Knobling's mother said she last saw him early Sunday, shortly after midnight. Sheriff B.F. Dixon reported he saw the truck at the Ragged Island parking lot early Sunday with the driver door open, the deputy added. Let me see where that is. Is that a parking lot right there, maybe? I mean, it kind of looks like it. I wonder if you can go down there. Let's see. Maybe out for the right there. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like kind of like an industrial, I mean, more like a place for the towers or something. Yeah. Let's see. Where's that? Okay, that was one. And then, let's see, this is the 24th, so just a day later, a 20-year-old man and 14-year-old girl who had been missing since Sunday were found dead on Ragged Island. Both shot in the head, police said. The bodies of David Knobling of Hampton and Robin M. Edwards were found by a beachcomber on the James River Island shortly before 4 p.m. Wednesday, almost a mile from where Knobling pickup truck had been found abandoned Monday, police said. The truck was found in a parking lot for the island's game preserve at the south end of James River Bridge. The keys were in the ignition, the radio was playing, and a door was open, Sheriff Deputy Joey Willard said. He also said the truck contained 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of shoes, and Knobling's wallet. Miss Edwards was found clothed in a blouse and pants and no shoes, and Knobling was wearing only his pants. Commonwealth Attorney W. Parker Counsel said it was the first double slaying in the rural county in the last decade. It's kind of a weird circumstances. Reported threats against victims discounted. So investigators have discounted the reported death threats against the 20-year-old man found dead Wednesday on Ragged Island with a 14-year-old girl. The probe into the deaths of David Knobling of Hampton and Robin Edwards of Newport News had reached several dead ends, Dixon said. Evidence technicians returned Friday afternoon to the game preserve at the end of James River Bridge. We don't have much, less than nothing, in fact. What we had is, petered out. We're just grabbing at straws. Man, they're already, don't have anything at that point. It's crazy. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn my notifications off. It's so dumb that you can't just turn off your notifications completely forever on your cell phone for Facebook. It lets you turn it off for 8 hours or something. At least for me, anyways. All right. Hey, thanks, American Lady. There's not a whole lot to it. We talked with a lady and her sons about it. She didn't hate him, she said, but it wasn't any love affair either. It doesn't appear to us family was involved. Let's see. He said agents with the State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigation interviewed members of Peninsula family that allegedly had threatened Knobling. Carl Knobling, the man's father, had told police his son had enemies and had received death threats. So they actually communicated with them, and it didn't turn out to be anything.
Reading wave, waving hand, waving hand, waving hand, ocean wave, ocean wave, ocean wave.
Investigators have said Knobling and Edwards met Saturday night while she was out with Knobling's cousin. It said Knobling and Edwards met Saturday night while she was out. I don't understand that part. While she was out with Knobling's cousin and made arrangements to meet after she had been taken home. Benita Edwards, like a girlfriend maybe. Benita Edwards said Wednesday her daughter seemed anxious for a sister to get to sleep and was not in the house Sunday morning. Because underwear and shoes belonging to the two were found in the abandoned truck, which was found unlocked with keys in the ignition and a radio playing, Dixon believes the pair were surprised by their assailant. I mean, that sort of implies that they were in a sexual relationship, right? The parking lot, there was a steady rain Sunday, and investigators say any blood marking the spot where the two were shot in the head may have been washed away. Dixon believes they were killed at the end of a half-mile elevated walkway over the marsh that ends at the river. He thinks the killer sought solitude and a place that could be seen from the James River Bridge. Because the tidal action would have immediately washed the bodies to shore, Dixon said he thinks the bodies were pulled by hand several hundred feet into the river. The water is only a few feet deep for about 300 yards into the river. Dixon said the case is one of the most baffling he has worked on in a career that dates back more than 3 decades. Yeah. So let's see, there's like a map over here. Maybe we can get this more dialed in. Let's see if we can find what looks like that. Okay, that's sort of, yeah. That's pretty cool that it looks exactly like that. And then there's a walkway. So apparently this goes like that. And then around, and then there's a walkway or something over here. Maybe that's what they're pointing at right here. Yeah, I think they're talking about this walkway right there. And there's a parking lot. Okay, that's the James River Bridge. Huh. So they have it on the right side of the James River Bridge. So maybe it's right here. And apparently this is probably the parking lot they're talking about. Right there. One of these. Okay. So here's the parking lot. Thanks, Jessica Schubach. And then the bodies were found using that map right up here. Let's see, so there's that, and that comes up, so right over here. Bodies found. I wonder where the car was. I guess the car was just in that parking lot. And then there's a walkway they mentioned. Oh, there it is, a path, right? Isn't that what that is? Okay, interesting. And then you can cut across all the way over and, oh wow. That's nuts. But maybe
American ladies reading wave, ocean wave, surfer.
So it looks like you can walk all the way out to the looks like a river, really. I wish there was a, maybe there's a 360-degree camera down here. Let's see. Oh yeah, right there. Look at that. That's very close to where the bodies were found. That's what it looks like out there. The hell is that? Jeez, that doesn't look good, whatever that is. Hey, thanks, Don G. Teenager, let's see. By day, Ragged Island is a watchable wildlife area designed to give urban residents easy access to wilderness. People come here to crab fish and to watch birds. By night, however, it takes on a different complexion. Teenagers, particularly those who live on the peninsula, have known about the parking lot of Ragged Island Wildlife Management Area for years and have made it into a popular lover's lane. Prostitutes working downtown Newport News reportedly have also used the parking lot to practice their trade. Before last week's slangs, police officers had joked about the people they'd caught there in compromising positions. Now Sheriff B.F. Dixon said he'll have his men step up their patrol. Investigators probing the murder case believe Knobling and Edwards, who had just met the night they were killed, made arrangements for an after-midnight rendezvous and a trip across the bridge to the secluded parking area. So they are saying that it was kind of like a date, with a 20-year-old and a 14-year-old. Dixon theorized the pair were surprised in Knobling's pickup truck, forced to hurriedly dress and then marched into the rain for about a mile through the woods and an elevated walkway over the marsh. See, isn't that crazy? So that's what they were on. That they were forced to walk on this walkway right here. So right here, on this walkway, all the way across, and then it gets elevated right here. You can see it's off the ground. Yeah, so they would walk right here, straight onto this thing, and then all over this, high up, and then maybe they were dumped in the, killed right over here, and then their bodies are found over here. Hey, thanks, George Leonard. Let's see. The bodies washed up Wednesday about a half-mile away. Let's see what page. So B3 is the next one. This is B. That's this one. Here it is. The sheriff said investigators are still interviewing people on the peninsula, but so far few solid leads have developed. We're doing what we can, but we need a good break. Although he's asked his deputies to check the parking lot more often, Dixon said there is little the officers can do if those parking don't want to leave. We can't move them or make them leave because it's a parking lot. Another problem for Dixon is that after midnight, he has only one deputy assigned to the northern end of the county to work all calls. He'll check when he can, but it's going to get lower priority than a call. Yeah, that's a crazy story right there. Detectives questioned in 6 cases. So then there's this guy a former Gloucester County private investigator says he is the chief suspect in the recent slayings or disappearance of 6 young people. And there it's even included Robin Edwards, 14, of Newport News, and David Knobling. So these might be some of the other Parkway victims, I don't know. But they were questioning a private investigator. And then there's one from 2021. Look at this one, has the pictures. That's exactly what it looked like over there. So this is a full story about all the different victims, right? So it's her and these two are the ones together. And then there was other pairs too. I think these two were together, these two were together, these two were together. Didn't we just do this one the other day? Wasn't this lady in the one we just did? Maybe that's why it became... That's crazy. I thought that's what they said, that maybe she was one of the Colonial Parkway murder victims. That's so random. God, what are the odds of that? We just did that one less than a week ago, I think. Remember, she was I think she's a lesbian, and I think this was her friend, I think. So every one of these was a couple. So how about we, there was a press conference today. Or yesterday. So, I'm going to play that now. I fixed the audio, and it's about 15 minutes long. But in the meantime, if you're out there and you want to help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, I would appreciate it. You know, we don't always cover the big cases, you know. This isn't the one that I... That's right, I put it in the... hold on, I didn't transfer it over to a different folder. This is the downloads, and here it is. Yeah, so that took over, okay.
Everybody good to go? Good afternoon. My name is Corinne Geller. I'm the Public Relations Director for the Virginia State Police. Thank you to all who are joining us today and to those watching via the live stream. The press conference will consist of several speakers, and then following that we will open the floor to questions. So we do ask our media friends to please hold off for your questions until the end. On behalf of the City of Hampton Police Division, the City of Hampton Commonwealth's Attorney Anton Bell, Isle of Wight County Commonwealth's Attorney Georgette Phillips, the Virginia State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigations Chesapeake Field Office, the FBI Norfolk Field Office, and family members of the Edwards family, Knobling family, and Howell family, we are here to announce that a suspect has been identified in 2 separate homicides that happened more than 35 years ago in the Hampton Roads region. Through forensic evidence analyzed and certified by the Virginia Department of Forensic Science, Alan Wade Wilmer Sr. has been declared the person responsible for the September 1987 double homicide in Isle of Wight County.
And so the thing is, I'll keep going on that, but I looked up the him, you know, in the newspaper, and I kept finding these hunting references. Look at this. I mean, that has to be him, Alan Wilmer Sr., and it says, you know, like black bear, wild turkey, you know, so he's in like all these different ones. Look at it. He's right there again, Alan Wilmer Sr. Of Lancaster even, and then wild turkey there. Then his son's over here shooting. And then I found this one, archery. I mean, this guy's like out in the woods, you know, like, and here you are at a game preserve, and you know, so there's Alan Wilmer Sr. again. And then he's in this one. He played, this is even earlier. This is when he was, I think 1971, when he was probably, I think it was 71 when he was playing, he was like 18 years old, maybe playing basketball. So it says, right here it says, Optimus bump northwest 52-13 behind the passing, running, and kicking of quarterback Alan Wilmer. And I'm pretty sure that's him, because that would make him about 70 years old. And I think that's how old Wilmer would be had he not died in 2017. So the guy that they identified isn't alive. But I thought it was interesting to find all these references to him being a hunter.
And a July 1989 homicide in the city of Hampton. Alan William Sr. died in December 2017 at the age of 63 at his residence in Lancaster County, Virginia, which is in the Northern Neck. As a result of the forensic findings, both the Isle of Wight County Commonwealth's Attorney and the City of Hampton Commonwealth's Attorney confirmed that if Alan William Sr. was alive today, he would be charged in all 3 of these homicides.
You know what's interesting is this girl here doesn't appear to be a, you know, a pair like some of the other ones were. And so I have her too. I think Teresa Lynn Howell. So let's just look at these. They're not very long, these ones. So so this is 1990, but in 1989 is when she, what's this one? Hold on. What year is that one? That was 1989. Okay, so I think this one's out of order. Hold on a second. 1990, July 13th. And then this one should be 1989. Why do they all... No, 95, God. Yeah, I just totally spaced on all these dates. And I like to have them in order, you know. Yeah, that's 1989. Okay. And that didn't work either. Okay, let me open up this one. Jesus. Okay. Victim identified, identity confirmed. So there's probably another article. I didn't look for that one, but with the help of neighbors and fingerprint, city police today, Tuesday gave a name to a woman found dead at a construction site off Magruder Boulevard Saturday. Teresa Lynn Howell, 29, of Parkwood Drive, in the Pines of York apartment complex, apparently was strangled at the Hampton Road Center, one construction site on Magruder Boulevard and Butler Farm Road, 4 miles from her home, police said. Police know little about Howell, who lived alone. Pieces to the puzzle came in spurts starting Tuesday when neighbors reported her missing to the York County Sheriff's Department, fearing she was the unknown victim. No one had seen her around for several days, and they became suspicious, said Hampton Detective Lieutenant Eddie Watts. Police confirmed the woman's identity by comparing fingerprints from the body to those taken from personal items in the woman's apartment. Police don't know how long Howell had lived in the area, why she came, where she came from, or who her friends were. Her parents live in Bethridge, Kentucky, but had not contacted Hampton police Tuesday evening. So far, there are no suspects. We still have a lot of work to do on this, Watts said. Police were told by neighbors Howell was the mother of 2 children and either separated or divorced from her husband. The husband and children live in Texas, Watts said. The city director lists Howell as a student, but we know that she did not work until April or May. That's what we've been told, Watts said. All right, so this is just not a lot of information on her. Then 1990, a year later, a year after the body of Teresa Lynn Howell was found at a construction site off Butler Farm Road. Let's see where that is compared to Butler Farm Road. And see, this is just right across the bridge here. Right, so whatever the construction site is, we'll just say over here somewhere. Alright, so somewhere over there. But yeah, I mean, that's just right across that bridge, basically. It was mid-morning, July 1st, a Saturday, when a contract working at a building under construction in Hampton Road Center discovered Howell's nude body. The worker followed a trail of clothing through a narrow buffer of woods to a ditch where her body lay. Wow. So let's see. Hampton Road Center. Is that something that exists? Hampton Road Center. Oh yeah, okay. Right there. So we'll move that. So it's just right in this area. Hampton Road Center. So they were building this, and then there was like a ditch somewhere. I guess we wouldn't really be able to, it's too vague of a description, but somewhere around in here. She was wearing white shorts and a black top with pink flowers. They have reason to believe she had gone to the Zodiac Club on East Mercury Boulevard in Hampton around 3 a.m. the same day her body was found. Yeah, nothing really good happens that late. Investigators have been puzzled by a number of questions. Did Howell go to the after-hours club earlier that morning? And if so, who accompanied her and who did she meet? Anyone who can help detectives answer these questions or other information is urged to call Hampton Crime Line at, that doesn't matter now, but alright, so that was 1990, then 93, a mention in here. Investigators are asking for tips that might help solve a 4-year-old murder case. The body of Teresa Lynn Howell was found July 1st, 1989 at 525 Butler Farm Road. Let's see where that is. 525 Butler Farm Road. So that's not where it was. Huh. That's weird. How did it go? That's almost closer to right where we had it originally. We had it like right here. Okay, so right here is where she was found. Maybe that's the ditch they're talking about. Okay. I think that is what that is. So they were working on that building and then through the woods and then down in this ditch is where she was found. Well, there you go. Got it narrowed down even more. Howell was a mother of 2 living at the New York apartments on Route 134 in York County. She may have been at the Zodiac Club at 207B Mercury Boulevard in Hampton shortly before her death. Anyone with information is to call the number again, but I'm just trying to find other little pieces of information. And then this is somebody was charged with her murder, actually. Must have obviously been dropped, but detectives have charged an unemployed Newport News carpenter with murder in the 1989 slaying of a woman whose body was found in a construction site. Clinton Wayne Edwards. I almost want to look him up, Clinton Wayne Edwards. So somehow he was charged with it. Clinton Wayne Edwards, Virginia. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Wow, it's frozen. I mean, it's not, usually it just pops something up, or it says it doesn't find anything. But hey, you guys, we're struggling tonight. See if we can get to that, try to reach the goal or something. I know it's kind of, we're about an hour and 45 minutes into the show, but if somehow we can reach the goal at the end of the evening, I do the goals so that my channel can keep going and we can do what we do, right? So that's the thing. Hey, thanks, Cairo. Those old cases getting closed. Thanks for always being on top of the breaking. Hey, thanks, Cairo. Appreciate it. Yep, we got the, definitely doing the, like the old school cases. I always like these ones. I mean, DNA is such a great thing these days. Oh yeah, so what did it say here? So the other one was judge denies suspect's request. Okay, so this is 1995. Did he pop up again here? They must have dropped the charges at some point. There's 1990. Yeah, he doesn't really show up again. Interestingly. Wait, right there, maybe. No?
Thanks for always being on top of the breaking news.
So they obviously dropped his charges at some point. Now let's get back to the press conference.
Now, many in this region will recognize the Isle of Wight County double homicide as one that occurred during a series of double murders collectively known as the Colonial Parkway Murders. Although the similarities in these series of double homicides that spanned a 3-year period cannot be ignored, at this time, there is no forensic nor physical evidence to link the Isle of Wight County homicides to those other double murders. The remaining double homicides, the 2 in York County that occurred on the Colonial Parkway and the one that occurred in New Kent County, are still active investigations, and our combined investigative efforts continue.
Yeah.
In fact, we are still seeking the public's help through our continued efforts to seek justice for the victims of these and other unsolved crimes. Today's announcement also does not conclude our agency's investigative efforts to determine if Alan Williams Sr. was responsible for additional crimes, which we will explore later in this press conference. Because the Isle of Wight County and the City of Hampton cases are both more than 30 years old, for everyone's benefit, we're going to revisit the facts of these 2 homicides investigations. First, and going in chronological order, we'll address the Virginia State Police case. The evening of September 19th, 1987, was the last time 20-year-old David Lee Knobling and 14-year-old Robin Margaret Edwards were seen together alive. The next day, on September 20th, David's Ford Ranger pickup truck was discovered in the parking lot of the Ragged Island Wildlife Management and Refuge Area. On September 23rd, 1987, tragically, their bodies were found along the shoreline of Ragged Island, which is located near the south shore of the James River in Isle of Wight County. This investigation has been primarily investigated by the Virginia State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigations Chesapeake Field Office.
You guys are talking about
with the cooperation of the FBI and more recently.
You know, there isn't one comment in the comment section related to the case. I guess I picked the wrong one again. That's why it's a slow night.
The City of Hampton Police Division. I would now like to call forward Hampton Police Captain Rebecca Warren, Deputy Commander of Investigation, to share details about their case.
Thank you. 29-year-old Teresa Spaw Howell was last seen alive on July 1st, 1989, at approximately 2:30 a.m. in the city of Hampton, outside of the Zodiac Club. The Zodiac Club is no longer in existence today, but at the time was a popular night spot. It was located at 209 East Mercury Boulevard. At approximately 10:10 a.m. that same day, construction crews arrived at 521 Butler Farm Road to complete work when they located female clothing near the site. A short time later, the remains of an unidentified female were discovered in the woodline not far from the clothing. On July 4th, 1989, a missing person report was filed in York County, leading to the identification of the victim as Teresa Spaw Howell. Teresa had been sexually assaulted and died as a result of strangulation. For the last 34 years, this case had been actively investigated by the Hampton Police Division with the assistance from Virginia State Police and the FBI. The following statement is issued on behalf of Teresa Spaw Howell's family, known by her family as Terry. We would like to express our gratitude to all investigators involved in the investigation of Terry's death. Their dedication, relentless efforts, and evolving technology have brought us closure that we have sought over the last 34 years. While we are grateful for the closure that has been provided, nothing will bring Terry back. The void left by her absence over the years is inexpressible. We kindly request privacy as we navigate through a host of new emotions that this brings. We appreciate the support received from family, friends over the course of this time, and ask that you continue to keep our family in your thoughts and prayers. Once again,
Yeah, so it sounds like they weren't able to connect the other murders. It almost seems obvious that he probably had something to do with those. They're absolutely identical, but they just have no forensic information. Like he probably, I'm trying to figure out what the DNA evidence they found here. I mean, it's amazing that in 1987, unless it was a sexual assault of somehow on her, that they would have been able to sort of find DNA somehow out of that case from the guy, right? I mean, it's just pretty crazy.
Thank you to the Hampton Police Division, Virginia State Police, and the FBI for your commitment to justice.
The resolution of these two homicide cases was the direct result of interagency cooperation. It was through persistent investigative measures taken by our agencies that enabled the Virginia Department of Forensic Science in June of 2023 to positively link Alan Williams Sr. to David, Robin, and Teresa's deaths. It took the proactive interagency cooperation of sharing Alan Williams Sr.'s genetic profile that helped us achieve these long-awaited results. Alan Williams Sr. had no felonies on his criminal record, so his DNA had never been obtained until it was necessary for identification purposes following his death. The Virginia Department of Forensic Science issued a certificate of analysis confirming a genetic match to Alan Williams Sr. based on evidence collected from the Isle of Wight County and City of Hampton homicide victims. We recognize this announcement has been a long time coming, especially for the families of these victims. While we do hope this provides a sense of closure to them, we recognize there are still other families related to the Colonial Parkway homicide victims who are still hoping for answers. That's why we continue to push forward.
The girl was, the lady, the Teresa was sexually assaulted. I'm wondering about the 14-year-old. How did they get DNA from that case?
With our investigations. We're not ruling anything out when examining other cases and pursuing new ones. Our agencies are still working to reconstruct the movements and encounters of Alan Williams Sr., so that's why we're asking for the public's help.
Yeah, I know, Nate. I know.
Alan Williams Sr., who went by the nickname Pokey, he was 5'5", muscular, and weighed approximately 165 pounds. He had sandy brown hair, blue eyes, and often sported a close-cropped beard. Alan Williams Sr. drove a distinctive blue 1966 Dodge Fargo pickup truck with the Virginia license plate EM Raw. And he typically had clamming equipment.
So what's weird is, like, did he interrupt those two having sex, David Knobling and Robin Edwards, and then he too assaulted her? Or maybe they were just there hanging out, and he's the one that forced them to take their clothing off in the car, and it wouldn't, so they ended up looking the way they do because he made them look like that.
In the bed, as well as a large metal toolbox. Now, this was just one of several pickup trucks and other vehicles that Wilmer...
Although I guess why would he have him take his clothing off? Why would he have Knobling?
...was known to drive in the 1980s and early 1990s. Alan Williams Sr. also had a small commercial fishing boat. It was named the Denny Wade. It was a 1976 custom-built wooden boat. He often lived on it during this time and would dock at marinas in the counties of Gloucester and Middlesex, as well as around the Northern Neck and the Hampton Roads region. His trade during the 1980s was as a fisherman, mainly farming clams and oysters. He also ran his own business. It was a tree service called Better Tree Service. He was an avid hunter and belonged to at least one local hunt club in the Middle Peninsula region. I would now like to ask Special Agent in Charge Brian Dugan with the FBI Norfolk office to step forward.
Thank you, Corinne. On behalf of the FBI, I want to express my sincere condolences to the victims' families. While these tragedies occurred decades ago, I recognize how much pain followed them throughout those years without any answers. And there still may be more families out there hoping to close their chapters as well. That's why we're asking the public to take a good look at the suspect's photos. If you had any encounters with him or his vehicle or watercraft, hunted with him, farmed oysters or clams, docked
And then-
next to him in marinas,
And then I heard that he hunted.
spent
And I was
time
like,
with
oh,
him on a
that-
personal basis or at work, or even romantically to some point, we want to hear from you. We're also interested in hearing from the public about areas where Wilmer had worked in, both as a fisherman and tree cutter, locations where he may have been known to hunt, or bars, clubs, or lounges he frequented. A piece of information, no matter how small, could be useful to investigators. To submit a report, we're encouraging the public to call the FBI's tip line, 1-800-CALL-FBI, or submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Alternatively, you can also contact the state police via email at questions@vsp.virginia.gov. We recognize relationships and loyalties change over time, as do people and their perspectives. There are occasions where people who may have had knowledge of the incident did not feel comfortable coming forward with the information at the time. This may have been due to close relationships with persons involved, or out of concern of their own safety, reputation, or standing amongst friends. Even though Mr. Wilmer is deceased, we want you to know it is not too late to come forward. Again, the FBI tip line is listed here. Again, 800-CALL-FBI, or online, tips.fbi.gov, or again, emailing Virginia State Police, questions@vsp.virginia.gov. You can also reach out to Hampton Police via the Peninsula Crime Line, where you can provide information anonymously. I also want to add that the FBI continues to have multiple open investigations that we're looking into to see if Mr. Wilmer is connected to, including victims Kathy Thomas, Rebecca Dowski, Richard Call, and Cassandra Haley. While he may or may not be connected to these cases, we are still pursuing justice for these victims and will investigate all options. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to call to the podium Lieutenant Colonel Tim Lyon. He is the Bureau Director for our Bureau of Criminal Investigation.
Thank you, Corinne. I don't think I can impress enough of the significance of this announcement for the families today with us, and for the investigators that's been part of this operation for their tireless determination to bring a resolution to these crimes.
Isn't that cool? I got my mouse so I can do this, and I can, I could kind of move it around. You can still see the background, but I kind of like that. And I was trying to figure out how to make a, I was watching my video from earlier, and I think it'd be better if my mouse was bigger, like an actual, like a bigger red mouse.
I echo Captain Warren's remarks about the importance and necessity of multi-agency collaboration. I too want to thank the FBI Norfolk Field Office, the City of Hampton Police Department, the City of Hampton and the Isle of Wight County Commonwealth Attorneys, Virginia Department of Forensic Science, and the state police special agents and supervisors for the work they have put forth on these cases for more than 3 decades to bring us to this day. Most importantly, I want to thank the Edwards, Knobling, and Howell families for your patience and understanding over the years. Only those who have suffered the loss of a child in this way can truly understand the depth of your sorrow and the frustration.
Who's Clinton? Who is Clinton Wayne Edwards up there? That isn't the guy that...
Frustration over not knowing who was responsible.
That doesn't have anything to do with... This is Robin Edwards and David Knobling.
For taking your loved one's life in such a violent and cruel way. I do hope the identification of their killer brings some sense of closure and peace for you. Moving forward, we continue our work to ensure other families have their day too, and a chance at closure and justice. Fueling those ongoing investigative efforts is a small, highly
You're
dedicated...
talking about the guy that was arrested but wasn't obviously didn't get charged.
Team of civilian analysts
Edwards is a common.
known as our Unresolved Violent Crime Analytical Support Team. These state police employees are funded through a U.S. Bureau of Justice National Sexual Assault Kit Initiative. It's known as SAKI. It's a grant that is allocated through the Office of the Virginia Attorney General,
I know
Jason
how it
Urias.
works. You know they exist.
A key component
I was doing it today.
of the SAKI program
I just
is to
told you
provide
that.
the additional resources needed to address cold case sexual assault investigations and prosecutions that result from evidence and combined DNA index system hits that are produced by testing
And no, you can have a million different sizes, and you can make it different colors. I did it all today.
sexual assault kits. Our analysts have been an invaluable resource to the resolution of these 3 homicides, as well as the ongoing investigative efforts of multiple other unsolved sexual assaults, missing persons, and homicides across the Commonwealth. Again, it all comes back to sharing investigative resources, tools, expertise, information, analysis, and people within those agencies. That's how we as law enforcement and prosecutors can make things happen. That's how we as law enforcement and prosecutors can make a difference today, and hopefully in the months and years to come for crime victims and their families. So, thank you.
Here, watch. See, there's a big mouth.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Lyon.
Big one.
And now
I can
I'd
have
like
it
to read a statement on
this
behalf of the
size, too.
Knobling and Edwards families. For 36 years, our families have lived in a vacuum of the unknown. We have lived with the fear of worrying that a person capable of deliberately killing Robin and David could attack and claim another victim. Now we have a sense of relief and justice knowing that he can no longer victimize another. His death will not allow us to seek out the answers to countless questions that have haunted us for so long. We also recognize this is a difficult time for the Wilmer family and ask that the public extend the same grace to them as we do. We thank the Virginia State Police and the FBI for never giving up on this case. We're grateful for their collective efforts and sharing of information, evidence, and their determination to find our killer. One of these homicide cases have been handled.
I want to go to the question.
It was the evidence collected from the victims both at Ragged Island in Isle of Wight County and the city of Hampton. The evidence collected there that was then compared by the Virginia Department of Forensic Science to his genetic DNA. And that's how they were able to make that collective validation.
Did his profession as a waterman, he was a hunter, I guess the tree service, did that play into any of the other incidents involving the Colonial Parkway murder or with the one with Knobling and Edwards? What was his connection to the scene of the crime?
Well, you've got to consider we're talking 30 plus years that these cases occurred. And over that time, through the investigative efforts, each one of these homicide cases have been handled on their own merits, their own individual merits. And obviously during 30 plus years, through evidence, witness statements, tips from the public, all of that is called multiple suspects during time. And because of the collective efforts of our agencies, they're able to develop various suspects. The genetic material of Wilmer, once it was learned that he was deceased, we were able to legally obtain his genetic material and then be able to submit that to the Virginia Department of Forensic Science, which then was able to compare it to the evidence that had been collected in our cases in Ragged Island. And that's how we were able to get to where we are today.
Why were you not able to legally obtain the DNA from him while he was alive? Why did you have to wait until he was dead?
It was simply during the course of going back and revisiting these cases that he was developed as a particular suspect and someone to evaluate at this time.
Can you tell us about the tip that came in that connected the dots to him?
No.
Can you say what specifically led you guys to develop him as a suspect?
It was just during the course of 30 years worth of investigations. And part of the cold case philosophy is to go back over and start re-looking and going back through all the witness statements, all the evidence. And it's a very time-consuming, very complex, but very effective way. And that's where we were able to dedicate these resources.
You would think they would, Sandra.
Revisit these cases, go back through and re-look at them.
That's probably
and
why
then
they
that's
did
when
that.
it was discovered that Wilmer had passed away. and decided let's follow through on that and see if there's genetic material that we can. And he wasn't the only suspect that was submitted to the Department of Forensic Science. The Department of Forensic Science had actually identified a common suspect between the Hampton and the Isle of Wight County cases a couple years ago, but because he was never in the system, he was never in the CODIS database, there was no hit. So we had a common suspect, he just had not been identified. So it was not until we were able to get that genetic material,
suspect. There you go.
then work it through the Department of Forensic Science, that was able to connect the dots and connect these two cases.
So they had a common, they put it in the CODIS, and there was a match of two different people in these series of murders here. 2 murders. So 2 murder scenes had the same DNA, and they were in CODIS. So they had to do FGG, I think, to go lead to him, and then they had to get a sample of his DNA, and that matched.
See how early on in the investigation he felt as a suspect? I mean, was this fairly shortly after the murder happened he developed a suspect? Or is this something that he would develop a suspect, decades later?
I'm not going to get into the specifics at this time, just
I don't know what you're talking about, Regina. Check your email. You have proof. Now I'm being honest. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're referring to, Regina.
because we still have, as we said, this is kind of, and I hate to use the cliche, but the beginning of the end. And again, we're not saying these cases are closed; they're resolved right now because we know there's a lot more work to do, and that's one reason why we haven't come forward. We've had the confirmation last summer, but there's been a lot of work going on since then, and that's just doing our due diligence.
That's
and
the article
revisiting.
I
So we don't
have,
want to get into too many
WMCJ.
specifics because we are still moving forward, and that's why we're asking the public to help us build that timeline, help us, let us know if you knew him, how you knew him, what encounters you had, so we can build that timeline and find out if in fact there are other victims out there.
Just to be clear, you guys believe these are or are not connected to the Colonial Parkway?
At this time, there is no physical nor forensic evidence to connect the Isle of Wight or the City of Hampton homicides to the two in York County on the Colonial Parkway or the one in New Kent County. And it's forensics and advancements in technology. It really is amazing what the Department of Forensic Science has been able to accomplish. And because of resubmitting material over and over again and being persistent by the investigators dedicated to this case, that has gotten us here. And we recognize it's going to be the
thanks,
forensics
WMC
that either
Grant.
connects those dots later on down the road or disconnects those dots. So there's still a lot of work to be done at this point.
Ryan, is it safe to say the technology used to resolve these cases weren't available, say, like 30 years ago, 20 years ago?
Correct. And it speaks a lot
Correct.
to those investigators 30 plus years ago who recognized that evidence collected at a scene, the technology wasn't there, but that they preserved it enough to enable us 36 years later to be here today.
Thanks, Jessica and
The case,
Michelle. And
this case
Amber.
has been resolved.
Yes, correct. Isle of Wight, yes. And
Now, this happened in September of '87. At what point was he ever a suspect in that case? Now that he is deceased, are you able to tell us when he was first? Was he ever identified?
no, we're not going
Were
to
you
get.
able
Let's
to-
see, we're not going to get into those.
why not? Why not?
specifics.
Why not? Why not?
So.
Why not?
We've got time for one more
That's so idiotic.
question. I know
The
this
guy's
has been
dead.
a
It's
difficult
not like he's
time
gonna go on
for
the
families,
run.
so we want to be respectful of their time.
If an arrest was made in this.
Why
other
wouldn't you
case
get into
you're
that?
going to give me the information on,
Right, that's just I hate
then
shit
you
like
would
that.
suggest that the wrong person.
This isn't a case where you're still kind of keep it on the
I
down
can't speak
low.
on
The
behalf
guy.
of that. That's just speculation at this point. Once we get the details.
It's just
we'll
people
discuss
wanting
it.
to have the secrets and
Correct.
not sharing.
Correct.
You know?
Because he wasn't an assistant.
Correct, yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh God, she would drive me
The press
crazy.
release has also been sent to all your newsrooms. That
It's
went out.
correct,
And if you
correct,
guys
correct.
want the photographs and the maps and everything there, you can just email me and I'll send them to you. Okay?
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason you couldn't share that information that you just denied the person. You just wanted to have a secret that you could keep claiming. Oh, I've got a cool secret. Yay! I'm not going to tell you though. There's absolutely 0 point of saying that. Oh, Well, when did you first link? When did he first become a suspect? Well, I can't tell you that. Well, he's dead. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, well, that was back in. Yeah, and she said correct like 1,500 times. Hey. Let's see there.
Timothy Cecil Wave, surfer.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sandy. No idea what you're saying. Let's see. I did some reading up on her. Why? I'm doing a show. How about you watch the show instead? You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell you're talking about there. We've been chatting about where? I don't see it. Who's chatting about that? Good Lord. Let's see. Switch over to this one here. Yeah, so there's this crazy guy going around. He's like pummeling people. This one Ada sent over. Video shows Long Beach man allegedly attacking woman with object while she was pushing baby in a stroller. So video captured a man allegedly attacking a woman from behind Thursday. Long Beach Police Department has said in a press release. A man allegedly attacked two women in separate incidents, according to LBPD. The first assault captured on video shows a man allegedly striking a woman from behind as she pushed a baby stroller. Hours later, he allegedly attacked a 60-year-old woman. It's like a serial beater. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing, Timothy. See, let me just tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you how this all works in here, you guys. See, every night, you guys tell me I have to do the hey everybody, if you'd like to help support the channel, etc., etc., etc. And the nights that I don't really say it at all, this is what we get right here, right? However, the trolls, every single time that I say, hey guys, if you guys could help support the channel, they go, oh, he's begging, he's doing this, he's doing that. And I just freaking hate it. And I've told you guys this so many times that I get frustrated that I'm always put in the position that I have to always keep saying it over and over again. Because I know what it takes to do what we do here. Now, if you can't do it, that's great and everything. But it's frustrating that I have to, like, say it like, hey everybody, if you could help support the channel, that'd be great, this is what we do, etc., etc., etc. You guys all know what we do here, okay? You guys all know. So when I have to say it, it just, you wouldn't believe the shit that I get. I'm not sure why you're typing an email and stuff like that. I'm talking about something else right now. The absolute crap that I get from the trolls, it's unbelievable, okay? Every day I'm begging for money, I'm doing this and that and everything. I'm just trying to raise the funds on the channel, you guys. I don't have to have anything. I don't have to do these shows. I'm very strongly considering just moving over to doing the videos. I do a lot better with subs on the videos. If I can get triple the viewership on those, I'll absolutely be doing the same amount, and I won't need to. I can't do it. I can't have shows like this, you know. And you got people like Timothy. Hey, Gray, I know you like it. And he tries to do a wave, and it kind of worked. It just barely, it's just. I can't stand it, man. I can't stand it every day. And I feel like I get put in the position, to say, hey everybody, if you could help support the channel tonight, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Oh, well, see you later, Regina. That's ridiculous. Maybe come back tomorrow sometime. That guy's a pile of crap. Let's see. Some channel. Right, so if you guys want me to do videos, I mean, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years or something. That's great, but I don't want to do it anymore, you guys. I don't want to ask, and I don't want to sit there for 3 hours and just have a demoralized feeling, you know. So it's either, you know, on your own, if you guys feel like you can help support the channel and you realize you see the goal at the bottom of the screen and you want to try to get there, because I know what it takes, and I'm trying to do the videos to augment it. So, like, see the number at the bottom of the screen right there, how it says 200? That is $100 less than a crappy night just 4 months ago. Okay, that was a shitty. I mean, 300 was like, oh, okay, you know, and I didn't even have a goal on the screen or anything. So, you know, with the economy and everything, I just made it way down there just for the lowest little thing, just to kind of keep going to what we're doing. And then now I'm making videos every other day, and it's really hard, you know, to make videos and then get ready for a show and do all these kind of things. So I'm just in a weird place, you know, and I don't know what to tell you. Hey, thanks, Sandra Turner. It just seems like it should be absolutely simple to get to a minimum goal of 200 with 380 people watching, and it's just very easy. It should be, and it's not. And you know, like people go, "Oh, Gray, it's all about money." No, what it is here is that we are doing some amazing crap. Plus, I make an income here too, so I want to keep doing what we've been doing. I don't really know how to do it I'm not going to do 3 hours of shows, etc., and not make an income too. You get it? I mean, nobody would do that. So I'm not really sure what to tell you guys. I mean, what do you think about what I'm just telling you right here? Go ahead. You can say whatever the hell you want. Like what I'm saying right now, what do you think about that? I mean, go ahead. Just type it in. Yeah, the boys is somebody that's never really been a fan of the show to begin with. So that's what her answer is going to be. It's incredibly stressful, you know. It really just, you know, and the trolls even copy when I say words like soul crushing. They go, oh, soul crushing. It's not soul crushing about, well, I don't know what you are, the boys. You're a very strange person to me. I don't enjoy you, okay? You bother me almost on a daily basis. I apologize if that offends you, but that's just the reality. You almost never have a supporting comment that's sort of like what you'd hope. It's always something opposite. I read your comment. I just never like it. I don't know what that means. What does that even mean, Gage? What, you go look up try to find the greatest word that you could ever find? Yeah, it just never feels that way, the boys. I don't know if it's just the way you accidentally type something. I have no idea. You know, I have no idea. Anyways, let's see. It's a noble effort. Light of human nature and people that do care about you. I'm on fixed. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, like, here's the thing. If people that can't afford something, I don't want you to be helping me out whatsoever. Just hit the like button. You know, it's just odd that all of a sudden we're in this weird place. You know, I tried to make it where we had the goal at the bottom of the screen so that it was a less stressful thing, but it turns out where it's more stressful. Because now I know people see it and just kind of go, yeah, whatever. Yeah, no, I mean, see, when people say, I'm broke, I can't support. Yeah, I know that, I get it. I'm not saying that. We've been doing this show the same exact way for 4 years, and the last 5 or 6 months it's turned into that. Yeah, no problem, the boys. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Every time I read a comment, very rarely do I go, oh wow, that was really cool. It's just, it almost seems like they're passive aggressive or something. I don't know. I see what you're writing, but they're always, you can take them 2 ways every single time. Yeah, so let's see. There's plenty of people that just don't. Right. Yeah. Well, I guess they don't. I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of people that are channel members. So that's another thing too. Like if I had, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 channel members, yeah, that would take a shitload of pressure off of everything. I don't think so. The boy, I don't know. Maybe I'm just absolutely always misreading your comments, the boys. To me, it just doesn't seem that way. I mean, I guess there's been a couple days where you've made comments where oh, okay, cool. But other than that, I just am always feeling I would do your kind of work, but to deal with the public and the 55% cretins of the population, I admit I'm not that good in life, just yet under the heavens. Huh? I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, I'm just trying to I'm just talking to you guys now because I start off the shows and I'm saying to myself, you know what, I'm not even going to mention anything about, hey, if you can help support the channel tonight, because I want to. And then it's like 40 minutes in, it's just sort of like, God, whew, wow. Then you're like, nothing's happened yet, and then you start wondering, okay, now I'm going to say something. Okay, and then people start supporting a little bit. But why do I have to say anything? Because that's the thing that the trolls love the most. Every time I say, hey, you guys, if you could help support the channel, this is the kind of stuff we do with it, etc. Hey, thanks, Sandy Shirley. That's what they go after. Because they go, oh, he's begging, look at he's begging. And I'm just trying to keep doing what we've been doing. I'm trying to figure out a way. I've been working, trying my end to do what I can. That's why I'm doing the videos too. I mean, I like making the videos a lot. And now sometimes during the day, I'm like, God, I wish I could keep working on the video, but then I have to do the live show at night. And, just kind of in a weird, like I've told you guys this before. I mean, that's where I'm feeling. I mean, this is just a crappy night, apparently, but why do they want me? Why, American Lady? I don't get it. People want to hear you ask. It's entertaining. How's it entertaining? It sucks. Jesus, I can't stand asking. Yeah, I don't really understand what that means. Man. Hello, Danielle, or Daniel. No one would see my comments. Literally, yeah, I know. Okay. I don't know. The boys. Maybe I just totally misread you, a specific person, over and over and over again. I don't know. If I am, sorry about that. I don't know what else I can say other than what I feel. Right, okay, Zozo, yeah. I'm talking about something else right now. I'm trying to get answers from, like what people think or how I should do it. Yeah, Bidenomics didn't start 5 months ago. Yeah, I don't really want to do that one right now. Zozo doesn't look that great. Maybe another time. Maybe tomorrow. You have to be on our end to understand. What do you mean you have to be? What's funny about it, American Lady? You have to be on your end? Because they like the way you act. Who's they? Who are you referring to? I don't really get it. Right. So here's the thing, everybody. There's been times lately where I go, "Hey, everybody, yeah, we're trying to reach the goals. If there's a way you can help support the channel tonight, that'd be absolutely fantastic." And nobody does a nickel. It's like 30 minutes later when somebody else says, "Hey, everybody, you're trying to do a wave," not when I said something. So that's when that soul crushing comment that I ask, when I have to ask, and then there's like no response whatsoever. That's where it gets, old really fast. So let's see. I guess you would have to be on our end to understand. Yeah. I still don't know what that means. What do you mean, explain the cause every time? Right, but what's funny about that? I don't want to have to say that. It's like don't you know that already? Why do I need to say it? Yeah, Zozo sent something about like people are missing that are following a prophet. Rashad Jamal, who was once a child molester. So maybe that'll be an interesting one. Lives a couple nights a week and do videos the rest. Maybe, but I'd have to get more viewers, for the videos. See, 10,000 views, I'd need about 30 or 40,000 views per video to make that work. And I'm only getting like 12 or 13. So maybe in the future I could do that. I know, that's the thing, Amber. So then you get the wackos out there going, "Oh, look at Gray's begging again. He's begging. And I don't really feel like it's like that. I'm just trying to, raise the funds to keep the goals going for the whole month so that the channel does the same as it's always been doing. And that's what I'm doing. Now, if you guys, if it feels like that, then again, another reason not to do this where, we had our run doing the live shows. I think my videos are way better I get, like I'm already at 116,000. I've gotten like 2,000 subs since I've been doing the videos, where I don't get any subs doing the live streams. Because nobody really wants to watch 3 hours. You get like the same 300 or 400 people. Hey, thanks Scouting Dude and Cassie O'Connell. Only allow super sticker for some reason. I don't know what that means. Anyways. Yeah, so the thing is also, when I make videos and you'll get like 15,000 views and somehow people forget to hit the like button. So I have to make these little gimmicky things in the video. Hey, hit the like button. And then they start hitting the damn thing. It's crazy.
Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Cup of Joe.
Showing up late, going on rewind, yeah. See, but why does it get to the point... Huh? I don't get it. Yeah, like every single night. Every once in a while there's a lucky moment. Like yesterday was a lucky thing, right? Like we would have been way short of the goal, except there was one huge donation that came in, and that made the goal. And we've had a few of those nights this week, and that's the thing. Sometimes you just kind of rely. The lucky part I don't like. I like it when it's sort of like a bunch of people, just sort of smaller amounts even, and then it's like, okay, everybody sort of jumped in there. But when you get like, you're way short of the goal, and then somebody comes in, like Lanky Tor yesterday did, then it's like, oh, you hit the goal, but it was like, man, it was a miracle. Yeah, but the problem is, BHJ, when I remind everybody, that's when the trolls go, "Oh, there's Gray e-begging again. Look, he's e-begging." It's just, it sucks, And if you were in my position, you would hate it. But it's the only thing that I have available to do it. You know, to get get people going, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, not every day is going to be the same, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's sort of true, but it's hard to go with the flow when you're putting in the same work, you know. But I'll tell you what, I'll try to visualize the boys' comments differently. Let me see. If you make a comment, let me see if I can try to visualize them differently. I don't know what it is. It's just... I mean, everybody probably has that one person that when they make comments, you read them away, and it just seems like that's the only way to read it. I don't know. I'll give it a shot, though. Really? Yeah, that's a long time. Let's see. The other 3 cases, one couple never found, one couple found a month later. Bad. I don't know what you're talking about, AR. I mean, you just sort of randomly show up with the other 3 cases. One couple never found, one couple found. I mean, you're talking about in the Colonial Parkway Murders? Yeah. Well, one of yeah, I think they were still missing, yeah. I'm wondering if he hunted people at some point. You know? He was a hunter. He shot some of them. Yeah, maybe he would like try to hunt the guy, but he would assault the female or something. Yeah, I mean, my channel has given $178,000 directly from the income, not fundraisers, nothing, to true crime related charities. That's something that there's a lot of other channels that could have easily done that with the income that they make. You know, the people that you see that get like 90,000 views on a video or something, they make probably, I would say, $600 to $1,200 per video that they put out. And so I just try to figure out a way that I can do it. Like, I didn't have to do any of this stuff. I could go, hey, everybody, if you could help support my channel, I'd like to keep doing these shows. You guys probably still would have helped out and everything the whole time, but I wanted to do it where we could be, you know, doing great things. You know, I'll still be doing some, you know, if it gets to the point where I have to switch over. I mean, the only way I could do it if I could get like 30 to 40,000 views a video, but I can only do popular cases to get those kind of views. Now, if I had 400,000 subscribers, I'd probably get 50,000 views just on any video that I put out, and that would be easy. Unfortunately, you can't do that. I knew about it early today, and I didn't know you'd be discussing the case at the time. Huh? Right, well, this is yesterday. I knew about it yesterday, the Robin Edwards one. Yeah, the girl, the 14-year-old. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, no, that's all right. I don't know. I don't know why the guy's clothing was off in that one. I have no idea. What do you mean, glad to see new cases? I don't know what you're talking about, this account. It just, wow. You just came in out of nowhere. Let's see, I think that you have overcommitted to donating to charities. Maybe once a week, choose a DNA case, and we donate specifically for that case and follow it through. I don't know what that means. I don't think you understand what's going on here. You can't really, like, how would you once a week? That would be way more cases than we ever, it costs $5,000, $6,000 to do one case. It didn't seem like you understand what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't really understand what the DNA cases like cost $5,000 a piece. So you couldn't do it. If I did a fundraiser a week, we would never hit that. There's no chance. Yeah, so I do the bulk thing where every day you bring in some revenue and the ad revenue and the membership revenue, etc. And then at the end of the month, I try to donate a huge portion of the income. Right. So, yeah, I mean, those cases aren't cheap. And when you say follow it through, I mean, they take years sometimes. So it's like, we have 12 that we've done so far. Yeah. I don't understand. But your last comment's the one I'm referring to. Matt is a cut snake, not what you just typed in. See more feedback on our struggle. Say why? Go ahead. Speak. 50% is a lot to donate, though. Yeah, I mean, I donate 50% of the net revenue mostly, but like I said, I'm gonna have to drop it down because, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. This month was doing pretty good, but today isn't one of those days, so we'll just have to figure out. I guess this might be one of the ones that Zozo's talking about, where you just roll with the flow. But once I see one of those, then I realize the next day isn't going to be much better. Let's see. I'm talking about the 90s men. Huh? We'll still be doing great things because if there's no live show, we can still do super chats on. No, that wouldn't. Those shows, the premieres don't do well at all, Georgina, for that. I mean, you've seen the last 3 that I put out. That doesn't. I'm still watching, helping towards all we do. Well, then it gets back to overcommitting. You only get good donations. I know, that's the thing. That's the thing I've told people when if you notice tonight, what's the difference between tonight and yesterday and the day before and the day before? Well, those nights I had segments where we discussed the Idaho 4 case. Right? And I told you that people, for some reason, when it's the big cases, that's when they care. Have disappeared since I've become a member, and they used to give big amounts. Yeah, well, there's some that have disappeared, quietly frozen. I don't know what happened. Something weird happened with her. I was checking. I tried to check on her one time because I had her number, and I was just trying to and it was like. It was a weird one. I gotta tell you, it was a strange. It wasn't her on the phone. It was like the husband, and then he said, "Yeah, no, she's," and it was almost like she was disappeared or something. Very weird. I don't know if she's okay or not. And Mag sent a PayPal in the other day, so that was cool. She's around. The lives are so important to me. I'm alone and free. Yeah, well, the lives are important. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Yeah, so there you go. But hey, maybe we will take a look at the 6 people, including 2 young children, are missing from St. Louis case here. Right? Maybe we'll take a look at that one. Do something different. I'm just asking. I mean, I know what you guys are wanting. I know what Matt is at Cut Snake's trying to say, but she doesn't understand the, what we've been doing with the DNA thing. It's not something you go once a week. We do a fundraiser and raise $6,000 once a week, which is $24,000 a month, and do a case and follow it through. It doesn't really work that way. I can probably send them $2,000 a month, and then I do. Try to do Texas EquiSearch and Rain and Knickknack and all those guys at the same time. No, I haven't. Rah rah. Correct. Uh-oh. Type in correct. Here we go. Correct. There we go. I don't know. I'd like to get to a point, though, where I don't have to say anything. Like, do a whole show where we're not going like an hour and a half where it's just, nothing. And then it's like, hey, everybody, if you get help support, it's just, I want to stop. We never, a while ago, we never had to say anything. Old, yeah. What you should do is try to get the Scottish guy to cover a case that's not Idaho 4. Have him do, go up to him and say, hey, would you do this one for me? And just have it be a Joe Schmo case. He wouldn't touch it. I tell you that right now.
Correct.
And if he did, it'd be his 10-minute garbage job where he stares into the camera. And that was when a lot of cold cases. Right. I used to do these cold cases every single night that had, just like tonight's one, and everything was great, it just kept on trucking along. I mean, I know the economy is different now, so, that obviously has something to do with it, but, yeah. You guys see that little thing? This is what came out of that window on that flight in Portland. I mean, the thing is that's just so obviously some idiot didn't, that thing right there, look at that. That means somebody didn't, bolt it in. Because that's a window that sometimes, or a door that exists sometimes on planes and sometimes doesn't exist. So that you can seal it in or you can use it as a door. So somebody probably forgot to seal it in, and then they put the shell on the outside of it, and the door was just in there loose, and then it blew out. That's what my opinion is. That somebody didn't bolt that thing down like you're supposed to. I don't know if that's how it started, rah. No idea. Oh, Cadillac. Yeah, what happened to Cadillac? Yeah, I haven't seen her. Wait, Cadillac. Yeah, wasn't she the one that got upset sometimes? Out of nowhere? Like we didn't really know what happened? Or was that, I can't remember, maybe it was somebody else. The jet landed in some? I don't think so. That thing just came down and landed. Oh, the door. Okay. Yeah, that'd probably destroy a house if it hit that. I don't know where Shogun Love is. I've noticed more and more little creators calling the Scottish guy. Well, they should be calling him out. I mean, he makes 3 freaking Idaho videos a day sometimes, and they're just mindless, no thought at all, just sort of staring. I mean, he has the gift of gab, so that makes it so like, oh wow, this is fantastic. Oh, and it's like to me, it's like a used car salesman that is making true crime videos. You beautiful, you're all beautiful people, every one of you, and oh god, don't worry about it, Miss Tandy. M Faithful, hey, thank you. Yeah, so maybe I'll just try to, if the boys ever comes back, I'll try to pretend that I view them always positively. I don't know what it is, though. It's just sort of the way, the timing and the way they're worded often makes me go, wow. Like, hey, you should just do videos. Well, man, that means you don't really want to watch the live streams. I mean, where you're hanging out with everybody. That's what it feels like, right? When you say that. I mean, I don't think anybody else would say, oh, great, just do the videos. Forget the live streams if you really like hanging out with the freaks, you know? So to me, those kind of comments I just look at and go, that's weird. Why would she be, Gene? No, she's a stalker, so don't worry about it. Let's see. Try to, yeah. Yeah, well, here the thing is nobody's required to donate anything, and I don't want anybody on here. Here's my rule. Here's the thing here. If you can't afford to help support my channel, do not send me a nickel, and you don't need to type in the comments, oh, Gray, I wish I could, but I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that, you know, they can help, then help support the channel. And then also, if you want to donate directly to charities, you go and write your checks to the charities. You know, if you want to help support my channel, that's awesome too, and I just take a huge chunk of the money at the end of each month and donate to charities and our funds as well. That's all I do. I mean, there isn't really, it's nothing, you know, there's nothing hidden there. That's exactly what we do. I do everything exactly. I send in my quarterly taxes, you know, every quarter, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I do everything by the book, and it's, you know, if people don't like it, like, look at that, he's asking for people to send super chats again, that bastard. Yeah, well, sometimes I guess that's all you got. Yeah, but I kind of miss giving money to like Texas EquiSearch, Rain, and NCMEC. But I do kind of, I mean, the scholarship doesn't, yeah, I'm just going to send $500 a month to that. And I got to go check in on that. Quick. I think there's already people that are applying. So we got that out there, and then we're going to do another one. I can use the same exact fund to repopulate again. Yeah, well, the Abbey and Libby ballpark, I've given thousands to that. Where is the mayor? Oh, yeah, I've talked to her. She's got family stuff going on. I miss her. She always had such nice comments after the videos. You know. I don't know. I would. There's no way I'd put a monthly goal up there. You know, that would be. It'd just be. Nobody would touch it. It would just be. I don't know. I haven't really thought of that. A monthly goal. Yeah, I don't really know, because I don't. You know, it's like you get the income comes into the channel, and then I just try to donate like 50% of the net revenue. After I pay taxes, and then after that I split the remaining amount. I don't know. I don't really know how that would work. I don't. If you make a goal, then people would stop at a certain point. Some months you got to do better than the other month or something. Yeah, like if I put, hey, the goal this month is 12,000. Super chats, and then you realize that you bring, if you did 12,000 in super chats, obviously then YouTube takes their amount, and then I got to pay taxes on the remaining amount, and then I split the rest. So that's what I'm saying. It's like so the way it works, if you've sent in $12,000, the channel would probably bring in 8 something, 8,600 or something. After YouTube takes their portion, and then I pay 28%. I take out every single time of the remaining 86. So that brings it down to like 5 something. Yeah, and then it would be donating, or not 5 something. It would be like 6 or so, and then it would be donating 3,000 something. No, I don't really care about the Red Wolf Bridge. Yeah. Has nothing to do with the case. Let's see, sucks you... I mean, are you saying like where he might have hid the knife or something? If it's some other element, then forget it. Do what you can with what you have. Thank you all for your support. That's right. That's right, Scouting Dude. That's... And every time Scouting Dude writes something about me, he always says, "Man, when I first saw Gray, he's a dick." I mean, could you leave it out of one of your stories that you tell? Just one of them. I mean, the rest of it's really nice and everything, but I guess it makes it a better story that way. Yeah, but then over time, I thought that, yeah. See? You don't need to explain yourself. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure the boys probably thinks that about me. I never knew. I thought that was... I don't even know what I thought. I thought somebody said that was a guy, but I don't know. The boys. They probably think the same thing. You only remind twice a week. What do you mean? You only remind twice a week. I tell people to give Gray a few shows. Yeah, but why though? Yeah. See, the thing is I'm not going to pretend every idea is a great idea just so people are like me. I just can't do it, you know? I'm not fake like that. Wow, that's really interesting. And in my mind I'm going, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Wouldn't you rather have me just go, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. And here's why. Because you're very direct and some people can't handle that. Yeah, probably. No, I don't dislike you, this account. What are you talking about? I become more used to you now. Maybe that's what would happen with the boys. After a while I'd start seeing the comments differently, but I don't know, man. Like when I say, yeah, I might have to start, well, yeah, you should just make videos. Well, then I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of, really? I mean, you wouldn't want to hang out with the rest of them? Everybody else? You know what I mean? Hey, JKs. Speaking of love, where's Cindy J? I don't know where Cindy J is. No idea. I would mess with Gray and he thought I was serious because I never... Yeah, remember that, Timothy? You'd be messing around and you wouldn't put the smiley face. And then I started... I mean, I get it. Well, I was more like, you gotta be, when you make a sarcastic comment, sometimes you gotta put a smiley face just so people know that you're being sarcastic. Although it takes away the humor of the sarcasm, I guess. Yeah, the dryness of it goes away. Yeah, yes, once you get to know Gray, you know why he says the things he says and has a heart of gold. Well, thanks. No, but I did appreciate what Scouting Dude wrote on a Facebook post. That post has been there for a couple of years. It was, when was the first time you viewed Gray or something? Or what was it? First time you watched Gray, or I don't know. I think Ada made that post like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, if Cairo was here tonight, he doesn't show up like he used to. He used to hang out and watch the videos and talk and, you know, make his jokes about Anadarko oil and stuff like that. Yeah. Wow, what? Jesus, what's going on? Do what you want. I still think focusing on the DNA cases and the scholarship are the best options right now. Decent money, but times are probably going to get tough. I love your channel and hope you still do some live. Yeah, well, I didn't say I'm not going to do them. I got to just sort of figure out, like, I could probably drop down the number of lives if I get my video viewership up to like 30 to 40,000, maybe 35,000 views a video or something. Something high like that. It would be really easy. And then there wouldn't be any pressure on the shows. And then it might be like I do the shows and it's just sort of fun again. Hey, thanks, Gwendolyn B. Yeah, I see what you're saying, though. I don't understand how it works, but some creators have something called Discord. Yeah, we have a Discord, but I actually think of just getting rid of it. I'm not really. I think Discord's a cancer in the online community world. I think it's it's not good. It's not a good place. I don't know why I feel that way. I mean, I do know why. Actually, yeah, I just feel what happens when you make a Discord and people start having little private Discord chats and they're undermining sort of the... I wish there was a way that you could make it where you couldn't allow people to have private chats in Discord. Like, I think Discord should just be a place where here it is, and if you have something to say, you say it right there with everybody else. Yeah, well, ours is small, and we don't really
I still think focusing
put a
on
lot of
DNA
people in
cases
there.
and
And
scholarship are the best options right now. I make decent money, but times are probably going to get tough. I love your channel and hope you still do some lives. I still support you.
yeah, well, maybe you're right. Hey, the boys, I apologize for saying what I said. I'll try to visualize your comments differently. All right. I'll give it a shot. Let's see if it works. I'll see if I can do it. I'll try to rewire my... Hey, what the boys is saying right now is positive. Right, it just feels not... Because it's like, I would hope you would say something like this, the boys. Oh man, that would suck if you did videos. I love hanging out with everybody here. Right? That's what I'm saying. No, I didn't say I wasn't. I'm just sometimes I rethink it because there's nights where it's so freaking slow, you sort of wonder, like, okay, if I do videos that are really interesting to people, and I could do ones where I got like 20, 30,000 views, then when I did the show at night, it would be so less stressful, trying to reach a goal of some kind. Because when I'm not making, let's say I don't do a video yesterday, well, that day purely almost completely relies on super chats or something. Then you do another day where you don't do a video, and then there's the ad revenue doesn't unless you have a video that's really kind of a virally sort of ish video where it's constantly continuing to get views, like my 9 Minutes of Hell. That video is like 50,000 or so now or something. And that's pretty cool, right? It just kind of keeps going. People still watch it. And it kind of, you might get $12 one day and $14 the next day. And it kind of keeps going through the month. But generally videos, once they're watched the first day, then the next day a little bit, then they're sort of not really watched much anymore. And so they're not a perpetual sort of income generating thing. Let's see. Hey, let's don't argue in there. Why do you have screenshots though? You don't need to do screenshots. We're freaks, guys. I mean, we're not. You don't need to sell something on something. The boys is welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. I'm going to try to read the comments differently. See how it goes. All right. Yeah. Yeah, well, I have a Facebook page, but nobody uses that too much, Like YouTube is, or Facebook's a pay, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's posts in there, but it's not like, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. It'd be great if there was such a thing as Discord where it was normal. And I wish there was a Discord that would shut down at the hint. Like if there was any proof of a channel that was out there bullying other people, literally trying to go after them in the real world, they would shut it down immediately. Because there's a point where you're not, like, there's these, Reddit's the worst there ever was. I mean, Reddit just allows the cesspool of humanity to exist and trash and try to destroy people's lives because they have nothing better to do with their own lives. And so that's all they do. That's all they spend their whole day trying to, get at somebody else. Weird. To block who you don't like. There's nothing worse than a show being disrupted. Yeah. What the hell is this? J case. There it is. That's from the what the hell is this? That was like the funniest thing ever, man. Hey, by the way, how many of you guys are new members here where you don't really know? Maybe it's a good night to do the emoji discussion. Like what they mean again, all right? Put a 1 if you're not this account, but if you're new here, if somebody's new here, put a 1 if like you haven't heard what all the emojis mean. Maybe most of you are, I guess. Nah, just forget it. Zozo can't ever pass up an opportunity for that one. All right, here we go. I wish I could make them large again. Maybe I can if I click on it. Let me see what happens. If I go like that. Oh, well, you can sort of see it. Man, my new logo is pretty sweet, though, isn't it? Look at that. Looks pretty good right there. Okay, I'm going to start backwards. Let me see. Maybe I can do this. Let me click on this. Might take a second. If I type something in, does it show up in here? No. Live chat overlay. Okay, there you go. So maybe I'll make a copy of this. Look at that one. I've never once been rude to any moderator here. Okay, if I duplicate that, and then what if let me click on this, and then I'm going to select my comment, and then maybe I can do something where if I go like this, and like that, and like this, and like that, and then make it big. It's a little blurry, but hey, that might work. Hey, let's just do it like that. Okay, so this one here, can you guys see that? That kind of comes out okay, right? All right, you guys ready for this or what? GHI. Oh, that's one you want me to... Wait, hold on. GHI. All right, so this one right here is the stain on Richard Allen's shirt. It looks like Elvis, with the sunglasses and everything, but it's actually the stain on Richard Allen's shirt, everybody. The killer in the Delphi case. Gray, he's not really the killer, everybody. We don't even know if he... Come on. He's innocent until proven guilty, you bastard. All right, and then, oops. Then this one was something that looked like an alien. We were just looking at Google Earth, and it looked just a hell of a lot like an alien lying on the ground. So we made that one, okay? And this one is me being put in jail. Which I'm sure the boys probably wants to throw me in prison. Cindy J likes to throw me in prison all the damn time, right? Hey, but Gwendolyn B, I'll think about what you were saying up there. That sort of makes some sense, doesn't it? You know, the scholarship fund and, I think the DNA might be the biggest thing that we do. Then maybe some to the other charities, but maybe not the same volume that they once got. Because we're out of the COVID times, and now they're able to generate income again. We helped them a lot during those times. All right, that was the prison one, and then this is obviously Chloe. All right, that's Chloe right there. I don't know what that means. Grammosaurus. We're kind of going over something here. And then right here is the goat, greatest of all time. This is just some weird as hell looking dude that looks like a troll, basically. That was a real human, though. That's not a fake 3D that person there. That's... And this is Chewbacca. Now, you get that one in the donation. Let's see. Where is that? No, right here. Listen. So, Cairo, that was in here earlier, he was in a hotel, and he was going outside to smoke a cigarette, and he opens the door, and when he opens the door, it you can hear the door opening, and you can tell he's got the cigarette in his mouth, he's about to light it, and then some lady goes, and then Cairo said, Chewbacca? And then she said, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to. All right, here it is.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Hey, are you okay, June? You all right, June? June said, what the F is going on in here? I guess that's the, what the hell is this? Just was a little bit more flair. Okay. And this was another killer in another case. This guy here looks kind of like mixed between Santa Claus and hell, I can't remember the guy's name. Yeah, exactly. Listen to, hey, the boys, Gummo, listen to Zozo there, okay? Yeah. Never knew what they said till now on... Really? Yeah, it's, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to. Because she was actually a sex worker sitting outside the hotel. That's why she said that. And this guy right here is the legend, Grady Judd. And I'm sorry it's so blurry, but, you know, if you squint your eyes, it kind of looks a little bit better. Now, he always has his phone on. Cairo's always recording stuff. Like on his car or just walking out a door, for God's sakes. Isn't that amazing? Like, It's on video even. I've seen the video. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So this one right here is me. You see that with the visor, everybody? The goatee, the ears, the sort of jacket on, everything like that. It was just a really far shot, but blurry. But no, it wasn't, everybody. What that really was paint on a lock. I was actually covering a case, and there was this lock gate, and there was this lock on the front that had paint on it, and it was chipped apart. And when I looked at the paint, I go, my God, that looks just like me. So I showed everybody. I go, look at this. So all that is paint. Okay, that is nothing. It's paint chips that look like me. It's called pareidolia. All right. Pareidolia. Yeah, they're still going. Yeah. My God, you guys. All right. So here we go. Here's another one. You ever seen that one, American Lady? And this one right here is girl code. So you got the female symbol there with 01100, 111. So it's sort of like digital code because women have, it's called girl code, where you guys can talk, and to a guy you're saying absolutely nothing. But you guys are just rolling, it's moving along, and everybody knows, you guys know exactly what you're talking about. So there's something that guys are missing. Exactly, you don't get it. Yeah. So that's called, there's actually shirts you can buy with that one. Oh crap, I lost the, oops. Oh, there it is. Is there something to the right of, I got this dumb clear button. Oh, maybe I can see it over here. Oh yeah, I can't see the, okay, there's a so mean one you can see. I can't see it on my, I can't select it, unfortunately. Oh wait, there I can. If I make it wider. There you go. Nice. Finally. There you go. If I make it really wide, I can... Okay. So, the next one was... Gray is so mean, you bastard. And that's usually when I get thrown in jail. But I haven't been thrown in jail much lately. And I think it's more for sympathy, knowing that I likely might not get bailed out based on how things are going. And this one right here is look it. And what this came from was we used to do, well, when I was doing the Kanika Jenkins case, a guy named Straight Drop would always go, look it, and try to convince people of the craziest shit you've ever seen. He'd go like, look it. If you move this over here, look it. And it was like this technique that he used. All right. So now people type look it when they want me to see something that's going on or a comment or something. Yeah, we need to get that circus music back. Where is that shit? Maybe I forgot to add it onto here when I reset everything. Let's see. Circus. No, that's not circus music. Oh yeah, it kind of looks like a clown. There it is. Yeehaw! That's when I go like I gotta get back to the screen. I like the screen here. Gotta move that thing up. Straight Drop, he hasn't been there for like over a year. He kind of left YouTube. Ada doesn't show up too often, but pops in from time to time. Daro, she hasn't been around for years. Audra comes in from time to time. And Jim, like Jim Nething? Are you talking about Jim Nething? That's hilarious. Yeah, he hasn't been around for like 4 years, probably. I like Jim Nething, though. He was nice. He was a nice person. That's for damn sure. Okay, so where are we? Oh yeah, now we're on the this guy's from Ancient Aliens right here. This guy, you know, and we type that one in when you got somebody that comes up with one of those. If this is true, like they do on the Clown channel, right? They bring up a ridiculous premise to begin with, like tunnels being underneath the so it's like, hey everybody, there's tunnels underneath 1122 King Road. Now, how did they get, so now that we know that, how did they get into the rooms? Did they sneak out? Was it through the closet somewhere or whatever? And then you start theorizing on something that has no chance of being true to begin with. I think Sarita met somebody. Sarita got like a boyfriend and disappeared forever after that. I mean, people come and go on YouTube a lot, but I think it's cool that so many people stayed around over the years. I think the pandemic, I think that was something Cindy said. I didn't really quite take it in, but she said, well, now the pandemic's over, people are out and about, and that's sort of weird because it is sort of true, isn't it? Because there was about a 2020, 2021, a lot of 2022, everybody's sort of hunkered around inside their homes, and this was a cool place, I don't even remember that person, Jay. Oh yeah, and this is Chris Watts right here. And that we have a no Chris Watts unless it's like a specific comparison. But we don't really discuss that here because it's one of the most boring cases ever because it was solved like in 3 days and everybody turned it into the greatest case in the history of the world. I even had somebody say, if you're not covering the Chris Watts case, you're not a true crime YouTuber. Oh man. And this is just some random screaming lady. If something was like made you want to scream, I could probably change that one at some point. And this one right here is correct. This one. Correct. And that was when I worked at a bank. I can't stand when people say correct. Okay. I worked at a bank, and this lady had absolutely no idea what she was talking about. I mean, she just dumb as a box of rocks. And she was trying to like, hey, can you help me with something? Help me. So I was over helping her, and she was standing up next to me. And every time somebody would walk by, she'd go, correct. And I was like, I know it's correct. I'm helping you. And then I realized she was trying to make it look like she was helping me. I think when people say correct, it's almost kind of condescending. It's like you want them to know that you already knew and you're sort of agreeing, but Why not just say, yep, okay, that part I do know. Why not just say that? You know, when you say correct, it's weird. It's not, nobody was asking you. You were asking them a question. Can you see the bitterness still over? It's coming out again. My God. All right, here's the... I'm just remembering that. Here's the back to you, Jim. You know how all reporters say that? I mean, we've even done shows where a reporter's talking, and just before they send it back to the control room, I'll say, back to you, Jim, and guess what? That's exactly what she said. Yep. And now we've got the troll one. That's a 3D character that I have in Poser, the program called Poser. Hey, you guys, you guys must be on Rewind over here. Who was the one who would threaten to hit you with her pocketbook? Gray? I'm going to hit you with that pocketbook. I don't know. What happened there? Mildred? Wasn't that her name? She was one that had the voice similar to the lady who called in the other day. Yeah, I just said who it was. Yeah, I just said who it was. How many people need to type in Mildred after I said Mildred? It's Mildred, and 19 people type in Mildred. Yikes. Oh yeah, I got the troll. So now we're going to do this one. This one's everybody's favorite one. This one's great. It's why we have that fly that crawls around. So this story is, let's see. We had a bunch of flies because my wife used manure in the backyard to help. I don't know why she used manure. It made no sense. So we had all these flies buzzing around, and so I went to the store and I got this fly trap where you have this liquid that the flies go through these holes in the top and go in there, and they die in there. And it got really full, so I went, oh shit, I want to keep using this juice though. It's great. So I go into the house and what did I do? So first I put tape over the holes, and then put the jar in the microwave and turned it on for like 20. Now it does sound kind of ridiculous, but I turned it on for 20 seconds, and it killed the rest of the flies because I wanted to kill the ones that were still alive. And then I thought, well, shit, how do I keep the juice? So I got a strainer, and I poured the whole concoction through a strainer into a jar, a different jar. And then all the flies were in the strainer, so I dumped them out in the toilet. And then I got that juice and I poured it back in the jar again and put it outside. And that stuff turned into, it was like a beacon for flies. They came from miles. In fact, I think my jar cleared the entire county of flies. They all packed into that thing. Because whatever happened in the process of microwaving it and with the other flies, I mean, they came right in. All right, anyways, now this one is obviously blue right here. See that? That's blue. And this is the boom that the clown, he copies me on that when he goes boom. I know he's even doing it like sarcastically, right? So the thing is, you get the boom there. He says, I never got it from him. Yes, he did. Okay, so he got that from here, and we've had the boom in here for years. All right, his channel isn't even that old, so not that other people don't say boom. I'm just saying the way he tries it, same sound effect. It's ridiculous. All right, then this one right here is. What the hell is this? I remember we were walking, and usually people type in boom or something when we're mapping and we find the exact spot. And then let's see. Yeah, so what the hell is this is when we were doing a show one time, and just like that idiot that came in a few minutes ago that said, what the F is, like that. They just came in and said, what the hell is this? And I thought it was funny. at the time. So I made an emoji out of it. And this one right here is for the generous freaks. I think I originally made that for the nurses that were, they were nurses during the pandemic, and I'd send them mugs. If you were on my channel and you happen to be a nurse during the pandemic, I would send you a mug with the freak heart on it. You bastard, Gray. Oh, wait, that wasn't... Okay, never mind, Gray. You were... Yeah, this one's the rodeo clown. Right there. I think I forgot to... That's the freak heart mug there, or freak heart, and then this is the rodeo clown right here. Right? And this one is when somebody sends in a cat eye donation, which is 50, usually like $49, it's $50 or more. It pops up on the screen, right? And then we're on to the last one now. This last one is the lizard eye, which, some might say, Gray, that's right there with Koberger with a weird, awkward comment. Yeah, so I was at a bar one time, and there was a really pretty waitress. She's serving, or bartender, I guess, at the time, or something. Maybe she's a waitress. I can't remember now. She was a bartender. Yeah, anyway, she came and sat at the table with me, and we were sitting there, and things seemed to be going fine. And then I said, and then I thought, man, her eyes look really exotic. They're sort of like blue with like a, it's hard to explain it really, but so then I said to her, man, your eyes look like a lizard. Yeah. Yep, she got up pretty quickly after that one. Didn't really work for me. It wasn't smooth. But I meant to say, man, your eyes look really exotic. But apparently your eyes look like a lizard doesn't quite work. It doesn't substitute well for that. Yep. If somebody really liked you, though, they probably would have went, what do you mean? And then you joke around about it. Might have been something funny that our kids would have laughed about. Oh, man. Yeah. That's right. Incredibly smooth. So, anyways, I don't really have much more to do tonight. Trying to find the one. I can't even see. I think blue's right here. The camera must be too close. What the pics in the middle of the book. Man, what does that even mean, this account? The real true crime at Danielle with the pics in the middle of the book. What? And by the way, nobody's buying the Chloe notebook. And I've only sold 10 of them. You guys were so into it, oh yeah, I'll get one, and then nobody bought any. This was a members only. Oh, well, that's because the other people, they don't really give a shit about the channel. They just want to hear about Idaho 4. That's why there's only members talking. Yeah. I want people to be on the channel that just sort of like the overall picture of what we do. I'm not looking for people that are only interested in the Brian Koberger Idaho 4 case. I mean, great, thanks for watching and everything, but if you're not really here for the what's really going on, then what's the point? Yeah, they can't see the emojis below your. Well, they can see them on the screen. I just showed them, Scott. That's why I showed them on the screen. They can't see the emojis that are our emojis. Yeah. No, it says this is a members-only conversation. That's what he said. How could that possibly mean? Right, they see him on the screen though, because I was showing him on the screen. That was the point, right? I don't get it. Now, the truth about Brian is he's the killer. Yeah. So hopefully they'll get that out there. Right, but I showed him on the screen so everybody could be involved in the conversation, is what I'm saying. So it doesn't make sense to say they're not involved in. Never mind. It was good because now when I see them in chat, I can understand them. Right. See, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about, what Grammosaurus just said. They were definitely could watch and see them and know what they meant. Well, maybe he was making a joke. I just didn't know what it meant. That's why I was saying I don't know what that means. I'm not upset with Scott, Jay. Yeah. Let's see. Nah, I'm not in flyby mode. Well, we could take a look at this one if you want. Let me see how long is it. Yeah, it's not too long. Maybe we can take a look at this one really quick. I don't really get it. This was a members only conversation. Then the next one, they can't see the emojis, and that's a I don't even get what how that's a cool play on words either. I mean, maybe my brain's not working today. I don't get it. Anyways, this says 6 people, including 2 young children, are missing from St. Louis home after following social media. Hey, thanks for upgrading there. Mad as a cut snake. Megazord. Are missing from St. Louis home after following social media prophet Rashad Jamal, who was previously convicted of child molestation there. Let's see. Michaela Wickerson, her daughter. I'm not going to read. Let me just start down here. 6 people, including 2 children, have vanished in Missouri after joining a spiritual cult led by a convicted child molester. Man, that's crazy. Police are frantically searching for Michaela Wickerson, 36, her daughter Malaya Wickerson, 3, and Michaela. Is this the same? So that other one was. Never mind. Michaela Thomas, 25, from St. Louis, along with Naaman Williams, 30, of Washington, D.C., and Gariel German, 27, of Horn Lake, Mississippi, and her son, Ashton Mitchell, 2. Wow. The group disappeared from a rental home near Lambert, St. Louis Airport, according to police, who warned they had fallen under the influence of social media prophet Rashad Jamal. Yeah, there we do that one. Jamal, whose legal name is Rashad Jamal White, is the leader and founder of the University of Cosmic Intelligence, an anti-governmental polygamous religious group that claim. You ever notice that? Let me tell you how this always works. See, the way these always work is you got these idiot cult starters, and they think, how can I make the cult best for myself? Oh yeah. So here's what it is. It's going to be polygamy, and all you other guys, you have to give up your wife and let me have them. And it's all because I'm a blessed prophet, okay? And you ever notice that, Jay? You ever notice how even in Joseph Smith, he comes out of there and boom! It's so conveniently helpful. Jamal, whose legal name is Rashad Jamal White, is the leader and founder of the University of Cosmic Intelligence, an anti-governmental polygamous religious group that claims to enlighten Black and Latino people about their true origins. Let me guess, they're from outer space and they're higher beings than everybody else. He is currently serving 18 years in prison in Atlanta for child molestation and child cruelty. Wait, how could he? What do you mean? I don't get it. So he communicated with them while he was in prison, or he has thousands of followers across his social media platforms, where he posts bizarre conspiracy theories. Man, it sounds right up the clown's alley. So I guess that's them. How long have they been missing? So he's running the show from inside a prison? That's self-professed God Jamal claims Arizona. Hey, thanks, Daniel. Claims Arizona is a gateway to Africa. Birds are government drones. I've heard that one before. And that humans are avatars, among other outlandish beliefs. The missing people were last seen on August 13th at a Quality Inn hotel in Florissant, Missouri. Prior to their disappearance, neighbors regularly spotted them meditating naked at their rental home. Wow. Family members of the group say they cut off all contact prior to their disappearance and had changed their names to honor gods and goddesses. Mental illness is real manipulation. This sounds a little bit like Scientology right there. Mental illness is real, manipulation is real. There are lots of things that are going on out here. We just need to be aware. That's never mind. I thought they were talking about something else. Curtisha Morgan, Wickerson's mom, told the outlet. Although, everybody. I mean, doesn't everybody know that Scientology is a cult? It's not really a religion. I mean, I think they even know it themselves. Anytime you go through and you, what are those different levels you get to? What are those called? I remember they said when you get to the top level, you start over again. You start over again. I mean, don't you think that's kind of funny that you start over again? It's like a video game where you conquer Mario Brothers, and right at the end it goes, you're on level 1 again. I mean, what a joke. No, it's called, they have certain names for each one of them. I think that's pretty funny. Family members of the group say they cut off all contact prior to their disappearance and had changed their names to honor gods and goddesses. Berkeley Police Department Major Steve Runge added the group was often seen running around naked in the rain outside the rental home, as well as digging up items from the dirt. Followers of the cult are encouraged to go off-grid and change their name to more spiritual monikers. Thompson calls herself, and by the way, everybody, maybe we can try to get to that goal. We're $19 short. Somehow, if we can get to that, it'll make things great for today. Followers of the cult are encouraged to go off the grid and change their names to more spiritual monikers. Thompson calls herself Antu Anum Amat. Sounds like aliens names, you know. Williams uses the alias Anubis Aramin, and Wickerson refers to herself as Intuama Aquama Antil. According to police, German goes by Anatari Anu Ariel, according to a family member. Well, thank you very much there, Mark Willis. I appreciate that. The FBI has since joined the search with police, warning the cult has encouraged a total disconnection. So that's them outside meditating? Oh, God. Jamal's website states the organization is geared towards enlightening and illuminating the minds of the carbonated beings. Carbonated? Hey, well, thanks, Jay. Look at that. Word up. Do-do-do-do. What does that even mean right here? Enlightening and illuminating the minds of carbonated beings. What are they, like drinking Coke? AKA your so-called black and Latino people of Earth, who he claims are descendants of planet Kai. I bet if you ask an astronomer, where is that planet? They don't know, right? The website offers crystal jewelry for up to $333.33 and the option to purchase Jamal's lectures. You know what this guy sounds like? Were any of you guys around during the Kanika Jenkins case? There was this guy, he was like doctor, he called himself Doctor something. Do you guys remember him? And he'd do these things where he goes, I'm going to give you all this inside information. You have to pay $100 a piece, and here it is. And he had this crazy, I don't know, some weird organization that he was part of, and he called himself Doctor because he created the entire curriculum. He created the curriculum of his own university, and therefore was a doctorate of that information. I mean, it was so ridiculous.
Word up.
Man. People finally figured out what the guy was all about, and they just went, oh, jeez. He went after me for a while, too, and then he turns out that he was just nuts and disappeared. And it says, he states he is a god and has maintained his innocence on his child molestation charges. He is currently seeking a retrial and asked for donations to support his family. The only law I had broken was speaking out against oppression, he claims in a YouTube video posted last week. The only thing I'm going... Wow, he can get on YouTube? How's he doing that? The only thing I'm guilty of is freeing the minds of my people and speaking out against the system, and I'll never back down from that. Huh, so Jamal, is he on there? Or, let's see. Jamal, what's his full name again? Rashad Jamal. Oh, there he is. Jesus. Now that he was arrested.
Surmise.
I'm just trying to find the video with him in it. I saw a video referring to him, but I can't find the video. Well, maybe that's him. No. Kind of looks like him, but... Jamal's website states the organization. Okay, we got that. In 2022, several of Jamal's disciples were accused of 2 murders in Alabama. Damien Winslow Basham was charged with killing his mom, but found not guilty by reason of insanity. Yeah. Cult members Crystal Diane Pinkins and Yasmin Hyder were separately convicted of murdering Florida college student Adam Sinji, 22. Sinji was hiking with his girlfriend in Alabama's Talladega National Forest when Pinkins and Hyder, I kind of remember this, faked a car breakdown and robbed them. I remember this. Do you guys remember that? We covered that one story a long time ago. I remember that exact thing. The killer had been living off the grid at the time of the attack. Do you guys remember that? That one was absolutely familiar. In response to media reports about the missing people, Jamal took to Instagram to blast outlets using fake cases as means to silence me from exposing their satanic system. This is literally being played out right now before all your eyes, he wrote. They are trying to assassinate me in front of the entire world the same way they did the prophet Yahweh, aka Jesus. At this point, I don't know how much longer I will be on this material plane with you. My life is truly in danger for spreading the word of Almighty God. Satan is using his media and more to get me off this planet. That's crazy, huh? Yeah, we should try to find some more stuff on that at some point. What do you think? I guess I never got to that one there. I'll that one about the guy beating up people. I'm gonna go look more into that tomorrow. Yeah, don't you kind of remember that vaguely? Where? Yeah, I mean, I totally remember. I don't think this is like a deja vu type of thing. It feels like I really remember talking about that. It's definitely not a Vuja day, though, I can tell you that. Okay, anyways, thank you to Kami, Wise Child, American Lady, Jessica Schubach, Don G, George Leonard, WNC Granny, Cairo, Timothy Cecil, WNC Granny, Wise Child, Jessica Schubach, Michelle H, Amber Maiden, Sandra Turner, Sandy Shirley, Cassie O'Connell, Scoutin' Dude, Mad as a Cut Snake, Nate, M. Faithful, Karen Spieth, I guess. And then Gwendolyn B. with a cat eye, thank you very much. Mad as a Cut Snake, new member. Danielle, Mark Willis, and Jay Case. Yeah. What do you mean, what case? What does that mean? I don't get it. Yeah, we've been on it for 2 hours and 50 minutes. So, anyways, thanks for listening to me earlier. Just trying to get to the point where, like I was trying to say earlier, I don't want to ask anymore. I'd like to not have to bring it up, like even just like early, just late here in the show, right? Like I just want to. I mean, some nights you go with the flow, but it's also part of sales in the world. If you don't ask, you won't make the sale or whatever you want to call it. I don't really consider it a sale. I feel like it's like people helping the channel out. But I guess we're just trying to navigate the new times here. See what happens. But I am trying to make my videos. I hope you guys are liking the videos. It seems like people really, in the comments, seem like they really like the videos that I'm doing. They seem like they're really clear I got a lot of great, couple amazing comments today on the one that I made about where I was showing the 3D model of the house and where everything is. Somebody was like, man, I pictured it totally different than this. And I was like, man, you're exactly why I made the video, because those are the people that they have this picture that, they don't, they even in their minds, that might be why they think everything's so hard. Like, how could he do this in this massive house? And everything's just right there. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you guys liked them. Tomorrow's going to be on target. It's going to be on sequencing and who the target was. So it's going to kind of use the same model and everything like that. But I think that's why I did this one today, because now it's going to make more sense to look at it. And I think I'm going to do it exactly. That's going to be cool. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the more previous version where I have a guy walking around. So it doesn't really match exactly what the sequencing is. But I can take the roof off of the house and then you can see this person moving around. It's not, the way I did it wasn't perfect. Because I'm using a camera, I'm not going to make his feet touch each of the steps. But it has the feel like he's moving up steps because it's from his eyes. Well, thanks. Yeah. So, anyways, I really appreciate you guys' support here. Got past the goal there, so that's good. And I put out a video today, so combining that together probably should be a decent day, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. What'd they say up there? Didn't see it. Okay. Well, anyways, thank you all very much. Hope you feel better, Zozo. She's been feeling under the weather there. And I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe on the... Oh, yeah, but on Friday. So Thursday is the first day of the Michelle Traconis trial. I think her name is Michelle. No, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it is. Thursday is the first day, but we're going to recover. We can play it the day later. So are you guys into that? And what I might do, since it is a day later, I'll probably play it just right during the daytime. Maybe even use like my laptop over here that I was doing, so I can still do other work. And I'll remove all the parts that aren't, like the middle sections, when there's nothing going on. So I'll remove all of the silence and things like that, but maybe I won't speed it up at all. And if I do speed it up, it would be minimal, like 90%, not 60, and make it sound, okay, so you're walking down the street and you had to stop. Turn up the radio and drop the top. It's the Photos Doulos case. Jennifer Doulos, she was murdered. Let me see. Yeah, I've got the whole thing in here. It's a massive. This was one of our biggest ones we ever did here. Where the hell is it? Right up here, is that right? Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was something else. It was in the same general. Let me go. I was like, Caligal 3 construct. That was the guy that was missing. It's right up here. Yeah, so this is back in 2019, and I don't know if you guys remember, but we had it all the way down where Jennifer Doulos, she was in her home right here, and her husband came there earlier. Basically what he did, now that I remember, is he drove here and he parked his vehicle right here on the side of the road. See how these cars are parked on the side of the road? Photos Doulos parked his car right over here, and then it was a pickup truck. He had a bike in the back. Then he took the bike and he pedaled over here because he knew exactly what time she would drop her kid off at school, which is just right over here. And so at that time, he hid behind the house right here. And then she pedals away. She drives away. And then when she comes back after dropping the kid off, he's hid behind the house here, and he comes back around. And I think he enters in right when the garage door is shutting, and he kills her. And then he puts her into her SUV and probably puts his bike in there too. And then he takes her SUV and drives it around. And if I remember correctly, her SUV was found right here where his car would have been. So it's like, I think her SUV was found here, if I remember correctly. And then obviously his pickup's not there anymore, but he put his bike and into his pickup truck, and he drove away. So the thing is, there's missing time in this case too. And I've always thought that the body of Jennifer was put out in this area somewhere. Even though they've been looking over here, they think that somehow she was put back in the pickup truck, but that doesn't make sense to me, because there is a huge portion, about 45 minutes of missing time after, she would have got back here, and then after his vehicle is spotted on the highway over here. So I think it was like 11, what was it? What was the timing on this? Yeah, I'd have to go back and take a look at it, but 7:03 there, 7:05, and then it was spotted on a bus camera at 7:40. And now I don't remember why it says 11 there, any of those times. But it was a pretty interesting one. See, he was here at 6:36. He was driving down, and then he parked his car here really early. And then if you remember, she left her house at like 8:05, right? Or no, before that. And then he was there at 8:05 to 10:25. Okay, there you go. That was the part right there. So he was... At 10:25, he's still at the house here because he's cleaning up the mess he made in the garage. And then he's at that time, that was 10:25, and then at 11:12, yeah, okay, so here it is. I know I'm kind of rambling, but things are popping back into my head here. So at 10:25, her SUV, I think it was a Jeep or something like that, Jeep. I think it was something else. But it drives away right here at 10:25. And then his pickup truck is driving away right here at 11:12. So what happened between 10:25 and 11:12? That is 46 or so minutes. Okay? There's 46 minutes of missing time from here. So obviously there's some driving time. So let's just say 5 minutes. So there's like 42 missing minutes after the Jeep pulls away. So to me, that means that that's the time he went somewhere and dumped her body. And the partner that he had a, let's see, he has this friend, I can't remember if he was a lawyer, and he didn't like his wife, so they set up a dual deal where they were both going to help kill the other person's spouse. And the other guy dug a hole for Jennifer Dulos, but with lime sitting next to it and everything, and she was never actually buried though there. I think out here is where a hole was dug. He buried her in that. Then he drove back, got into his pickup truck, and just drove away, and that's why he shows up here at 11:12, and then continues to ping all the way around and drives all the way back home. In fact, there's other times up here, like at 12 o'clock he shows back up into this area, and then makes it all the way here by 12:22. So what happened in those 47 minutes of missing time? Yeah, see, those things are really important. You got the same thing in the Idaho 4 case with the missing time. All right, anyways, thanks everybody for sticking around that extra time, but that's what the Fotis Dulos, the wife of Jennifer Dulos, he killed himself when the heat got put on him. He had his girlfriend at the time, was Michelle Traconis. She's still alive, and she's the one that's being going on trial. I think that the attorney that had the setup with him is also going to be going on trial at some point, I believe. I don't know if anything changed with that one. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
Man, that was
And
weird how
during
it kind of
this whole
popped
time,
back
I
into
have
my
not
head
seen
right
one
there. We're going to have to go over that.
That is a
Crime dissector, a threat projector, I'm a certified human lie
detector. I'm gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like.
Hey, let me ask you something. What if tomorrow we went over the probable cause in that one? Remember how we went over that a long time ago? I think that would be an amazing reset on that case if we went over the probable cause, because I have that on this case, and then you'd see exactly, everybody would know everything, and then when the trial goes on, you'll know more than almost everybody else that's watching it. And I've already got it all mapped out because we went over this 3 years ago. All right, anyways, back to the music.
Like an old projector, crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gregor's gonna give another lecture.
Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a ball vector, full of flactor, interceptor, and I mean a little spectre with a vector.
On his pector, with all respect, ya.
Just remember,
I have a temple fucking check, ya. I have no agenda.
I'm a pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without a blender.
And in the end,
I'm gonna send ya
on a mission to reveal the true offender.
What are you taking a
I'll just get
screenshot
right back
of?
to work. All right, everybody. Talk to you.
You're taking a screenshot. What'd I do? Anyways, all right, see you guys later.
Goodbye, everybody. Jay.
Yep, Sandy, we'll do it tomorrow.